What's up, guys? Barry Game here, back with some more AFK Journey, and today we're going back into the Dream Realm. Now that we're in a solid place, we're about 450 on everything. I don't know if we can actually get one little boost of resources since I last jumped on. Maybe yes, we can. Okay, so we got 4 heroes at 450, Ryanair at 440, and we're going to be going against King Croaker. Now, I'm expecting this team right here to just hands down be the best. I can't really see it being too much of an issue here. This is usually one of the better strategies. You can see I was using our magic team previously, but now we do want to go back to this type of squad, and I think I want to put our locations like this, and I'm pretty sure I want to keep using evocation spell. I can't see this team not being the best in this. Of course, running heroes like Thorin is just like a must-have. I don't think we need Coco in this type of team, so let's just jump into it, see what our first initial impression is, and then we're going to tweak and test a couple different artifacts to see if any other artifacts are better. I imagine on our first run here we easily get 20 million damage because, again, I can't see our Smokey not having enough healing, to be honest. Between Smokey with his runes or his magic charms, with Ryanair's magic charms, all these things should be adding up. So let's see how this goes. There is going to be a lot more RNG involved with what heroes are great when it comes to this season right now, because magic charms are a thing. We're unlocking mythic charms, which does lead to a lot of RNG here. So let's see how this turns out. As long as our heroes live to the end, that's going to be the best result. The only thing I could potentially see us changing is maybe the Smokey, but Smokey's good. And I apologize if I ever say Odie on accident. Smokey, Odie, like in my head they look very similar, you know, so I do mistake it sometimes. It does look like Smokey is handling his business, and running someone like a Smokey is usually better than running like a whatchamacallit, like a Coco, because he does provide damage as well. We did make it to the end with the Korin, which is solid. Let's check out the stats. We got all the way through the 20 billion damage. Billion, yes, not million. I know, guys, I know. But that does look like some pretty solid setup here. The only thing I was actually considering doing is running something like a Lucius, but Lucius is a little bit too much RNG. You can't really drop the Ryanair. You can't really drop the Thorin. And at this point, Smokey is kind of a must as well. So I can show you guys a quick one-to-one comparison. So previously, before this, my best damage numbers were coming from an Alsa Odie combo. We can show you that as a comparison for those who want to see it. We'll run the same evocation spell to show exactly what it looks like. We'll send in the Alsa. We'll put the Odie here. And that should be pretty good. The only issue with this is sometimes Alsa loves to jump over to the right side instead of behind Thorin. Which does mean it's really hard for her to get Smokey's healing. But sometimes she, lately, ever since her change, her bug fixes, she doesn't act as weird. She does seem like she is a better hero overall. But this will be a good test, showing true damage team versus a magic damage team using a very similar artifact and very similar power levels. Granted, this also is stronger than the Marilee as far as exclusive weapon. But let's see how this turns out. Not quite sure. We have less survivability. Well, it's weird. We have a better faction aura. No, yeah, we have a better faction bonus. So we have more attack and HP, but Korin provides a lot of shielding to the weakest ally, which kind of is a big deal sometimes. Oh, this is actually intriguing. This damage could be better still? Hold on, I was not expecting magic damage to compete this much. This is intriguing. We're gonna break our damage record with our true damage dealers? That is interesting. Okay, so there we just lost Ryanair. We still have our 2 damage dealers alive though, which is the most important part here. Coming down to the wire. I don't think we got a better damage numbers, although it felt closer than I originally thought it would be. And you can see right here, Odie also actually doing the better damage out of the 2. It was close, but it wasn't quite there. I guess we could try something else. We could try something more akin to hyper focusing on each one of these squads. So we could run the Crescent spell and see how the Crescent spell works out with 2 magic damage dealers and see if that is enough to make it worthwhile. So let's see how this one turns out. Essentially, we just want to try to push to 30 billion damage with either one of these teams, but it's nice to know that the Odie Alsa squad is still very close on King Croaker to the Marilee Korin team, unless we tweak up the artifacts on the Marilee Korin team, and then that might push it a little further apart. We'll just have to see how this turns out. It really just comes down to how much damage we're doing with these magic damage dealers here. Let's see how it goes. So far, still pretty healthy. Everybody seems to be doing good here. Getting to the 20 billion mark, we got to do about 10 billion more in 45 seconds. I don't know if that's possible, but maybe it is. We just need heroes to survive at this point. If they can live to the end of the battle, we have a shot. This is where artifacts and team composition really makes a big difference when it comes to Dream Realm. Getting the right combo of these things is going to make a huge difference. 26, we got 25 seconds left. Odie is alive still. I feel like this is still going to fall short just a little bit. We're falling behind now. Everybody did survive that next big AoE though from King Croaker. Gonna be close. It's actually gonna be very close. Here we go to 28. Yeah, we're still just barely behind. That was a little bit better, I think that was just slightly higher than it was with the evocation spell. So very similar, but you guys can see that is what was previously like considered the best team, and now I think what the difference is just going back to the true damage team. And as you guys know, we have 3 stars on each, which means we have this. The one advantage too with Marilee, like I said, this is where a lot of RNG is going to come in. We have the Reaper charm giving her 10 execution and 5% additional attack. If you guys don't know what execution is, I don't think it actually does anything on this one, does it? Wait, where's execution? It's up here, right? Yeah. So this does damage when their HP goes below 50%. I don't think that actually does anything on this boss. And even Smokey, wow, I just realized Smokey doesn't even have his full magic charms yet. We're actually missing some healing on Smokey with this type of team. So let's do another hit here. We're gonna go back to our true damage team that looks like this, and then let's try a couple different things. Let's go with Quickblade Spell. This of course is going to lower the enemy's defense. However, considering we're doing most of our damage as true damage, I don't know if this is going to be a big boost versus getting like the bonus attack and things like that from things like we have on the evocation spell artifact. We can also try the new one that increases our attack speed too. So there's a couple different options here that we can try to see if we can max our damage out and maybe hit 30 billion and get into like the top 5 today. That could be possible. Maybe. It's sad that King Croaker, there's no flexibility. It's like you either have Thorin or you're not going to get on the leaderboard, and you need to have his mythic plus so that he has the extra life essentially. I wish there was a way or another hero that could do something like that. Like Freesto would be a perfect example of someone that could be a good substitute, but King Croaker doesn't target the second summon or the first summon that comes out after the original one dies. It does look like this damage might be better actually. 15 seconds left. I think we're gonna get a damage record maybe. I'm gonna get to 29 here, and then it's gonna be close. Yeah, it's not like a huge difference. 30. Okay, yep, we hit the 30 billion with the Quickblade, so it does look like Quickblade is the way to go. And just so you guys know, yes, true damage is back on the menu. It's back to being the best, and this is the squad that is going to have the best results for us with that Quickblade. So we could try some other things, but honestly it's really hard to switch any one of these pieces out. They're just so important in this squad setup. The only other thing you could test is maybe some other artifacts. Dashing spell, I mean, it's got attack speed and attack. This has crit and attack and defenses. We'll give it one try. It is the newest artifact that has been unlocked. Let's just see if the attack speed does something cool and crazy with this team. If it does, awesome. If not, we know this is the team with Quickblade that is the go-to. Now, of course, there's a couple things we can talk about too. If you don't have that Mythic Plus Rhynier, most likely you're going to want to run someone like Coco, especially if she has Mythic Plus. because if you do get to endless early on and you are not a spender, survivability is still going to be an issue. You're not going to be up at the 440 450 levels. You're going to be more like maybe around 400 410 when you get here, maybe even lower too. It just depends on what power systems we're getting, magic charms and all these different things that do add up. So definitely weaker with this as far as defenses go. Damage seems okay. We only got 30 seconds left. We did lose the Rhinier because we don't have as many defenses. Can we do 4 billion in 22 seconds? I don't know. Gonna be close. We got a ton of attack speed, so that's cool and all. I just don't know if that's going to be a better buff. It doesn't look like it. We're only getting to 28 with a couple seconds left. Yeah, so Quickblade definitely seems like it is the way to go. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have found something better, let me know. I think it's officially time to start investing in Korin, because Korin has just become like the go-to hero, almost even more than Marilee for a lot of these bosses here. So I might actually consider taking this up to plus 15. The problem being temporal essence are hard to come by. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done it just yet. I'll see you guys next time.